Now that the set pieces are in the zone, the signs are up on the gates, it is almost time for Horror Nights. We're a couple days away, and here it is, my most anticipated hype list of HHN 31. Do be advised, and I know, some of you are gonna hate what I have to say in this video or the placements of some of the houses. Leave yours down in the comment section. I'd love to see what you all think, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be surprised with some of my pickings. And let's start off with number 10, which is gonna shock a lot of people. And I'm sorry, I have to say, I'm sorry to Eddie Tame It. I know he's gonna probably give me crap for this. Festival of Chupacabras. Now, not much has been known about this when it first was announced, but little by little details are coming out. There's an actual character who makes masks. That was kind of reported out there. This person will be seen in this character dining experience, talking with guests, because we haven't heard anything about the Chupacabra. Is it scary? Is it just going to be American Werewolf, just with a new skin over it that looks like a dog? I'm hearing more about the villagers than I am about the Chupacabra. So some of it leaves me kind of like, and then some of it is kind of cool. I think it's really awesome that Universal is actually doing some bilingual stuff here. I believe everyone that worked on the house itself and the cast is bilingual. That's kind of cool. E-prompts themselves will be said in Spanish. My number 10, I'm not afraid of a dog. I love dogs. Sorry. And number 9 is going to be a shocker as well. I am sorry to say, and because I've experienced this maze before, it was really top tier then. It could be top tier again, but history kind of repeats itself, and if it's the same maze that we had before, just in a bigger soundstage area, and they don't utilize that. And number 9 for me is the one and only Michael Myers with Halloween. Now, like I've done it before, done the original when they brought it, seen Michael Myers throughout Halloween Horror Nights years over and over and over again. Saw him way back in All Night Die-In, saw him when he first came with Halloween. I've been through this enough times. When they announced this, I was really hoping it was going to be the new Halloween trilogy. Instead, we're going right back to the classic Halloween that we've kind of done before. It's kind of overdone in my opinion, but there is a chance they could utilize the soundstage or the bigger parade building, wherever it is. I keep forgetting. Soundstage house. There is a chance that they can sort of elevate this to be a bigger house. That would be kind of cool and surprising. Although the tent house made it really unique and scary because you felt like you were going into the house. So we're gonna have to see on that one of where Halloween ends up. Number 8 for me is also going to be shocking for a lot of folks out there. I did see a tweet about this, about how could anyone put this not in their top 3 at least. Well, I'm putting it at number 8 on my list, and that is Spirits of the Coven. And I know I'm going to get tons of hate for that. For me, I'm not interested in 1920s. I don't really care about that era, the whole speakeasy, secret bar. When I saw Knott's announce they were doing a scare zone of it last year, I thought maybe this could be kind of cool. And then I watched footage of the scare zone and I really wasn't that interested. It's not for me. But that's the unique part about doing the hype list right now, because, well, when we go through the houses, who knows what could end up where it ends up. Stuff might shift around, but for me, Spirits of the Coven comes in at number 8. Number 7, I think it's kind of justified, and that is the Horrors of Blumhouse. Fitting that I have the blue and the red. I have not watched The Black Phone as of this recording. Yes, I know it's on Peacock. I am a Peacock subscriber. I will watch it before Horror Nights. I would hope one of these nights I'm going to watch it. That way, at least I have some kind of context of what's going on. Freaky, I watched way back when it came out. I enjoyed it. Wouldn't probably revisit it again. But yeah, number 7, Horrors of Blumhouse. Number 6 for me is probably going to be a little shocking, a little surprising for some folks out there, and that is the classic Monster House, The Legends Collide. Now, reason why it's number 6, I like all 3 characters. I like this idea that we're getting sort of this co-announcement experience, like between the coast. Ours is kind of the beginning of the story. Hollywood is the next chapter. And I like all the classic houses that we've had with the monsters, but in my opinion, it's kind of getting repetitive. We've had Universal monsters for years and years and years now. I would like for them, at least next year, to kind of step out of that phase, but I don't see that happening just because of popularity and also what's going on in the new theme park that they're building, Universal Orlando. So I don't see monsters going away at any point soon. So hopefully this is a banger. Hopefully this is going to be a top tier house. I'm interested to see how it is, but for me, number 6 is Universal Monsters Legends Collide. And number 5 for me, Bugs Eaten Alive is number 5 now. Right in the top 5. I think this is a solid spot for this house. This house could either be what everyone is thinking it's going to be, and it's going to be that house that just drives people nuts and away from this, or it's going to be the biggest letdown. Either way it falls, I'm excited to I'm not really excited to kind of go through a bug house. In fact, I don't like spiders. From what I'm hearing, between the gigantic spiders and other scenes in this house, I'm probably going to be freaked out. So thank you, Universal, for that. Thank you. And number 4 is kind of probably shocking because now we're almost coming to near the end of this. Hellblock Horror, which is a surprising one for people. I think if this nails it right between some of the rumors, speculating monsters we're going to see in this, it's a simple story. Yes, monsters are let loose and they're attacking us, but I think this is a golden opportunity for Universal to kind of dive in there and give us some Easter eggs, some cool monsters. I'm excited to see how they turn this around because rumored wise, this was Evil Dead, and since they scrapped that or whatever happened, they made it into Hellblock Horror. So I'm really interested to see if there's how much did they change or what were they able to change. So that is why it's number 4 for me. And I'm gonna probably throw it out there. Maybe we might see what characters? Maybe an icon or 2. That would be kind of surprising. And maybe Eddie from Horror Makeup Show. That would be a shocking one. That would be kind of cool tie-in, but those are just speculations on my part. But number 3 for me is a solid one. I think so. A lot of people are not really hyped on this, but Descendants of Destruction is my number 3. I think this house is going to be the bigger one. I think this is going to shock a lot of people just because the idea of where we're going, entering the subway station, I'm sure they're going to give like a really cool subway, maybe a train derailed, these monster creatures. I don't know what they're going to look like. We're getting darker into the house and there's this kind of like Avatar bioluminescent like glowingness, which is really cool. And from what I've heard, there could be some really cool makeup going on about like characters kind of looking one way, but then like the black light or whatever it is making them look very different. So I am really ecstatic for this. Darkness is something I kind of fear, so The deeper we get in this house, the more freaked out I am going to be. And that brings us to 2 spots left. Now take a guess. I'll let you guess. All right, are you done guessing? Number 2 for me, and this is probably going to be a little controversial, because if you watch the channel, you know how much I love this property, and that is The Weeknd After Hours Nightmare is number 2 for me. At least it's in the top 3. Give me that, at least. Like, I like the artist The Weeknd, so it's kind of interesting to see how this is going to play out. Is it going to leave me more of a fan, or I'm going to be like, I just want to go home and listen After Hours instead of going through the house. There's a lot of strange visuals in here. I don't know if they're going to connect very well. And then the idea that they're taking the music and warping it could be good, could be bad. Maybe I want to just hear the normal version instead of these weird. You save your tears. Could be something like that. I have no clue, but I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed when they did it with Jordan Peele's Us, and they twisted the song I Got 5 on it. So maybe they did something very similar to that, and it's going to be almost like a new way of hearing the Weeknd tracks. But we'll just have to see. I mean, they did leave it off the Unmasking the Horror tour. I don't know if that was just because they couldn't do it because of The Weeknd said no, or if it was something more along the lines of there's just not much to see in this house. Number 1 being Dead Man's Pier Winter's Wake. Now, I think this one is going to be their standout. Their big, mega size, like big sets, big facade. I'm sure we're going to see the ship kind of frozen, ice. I love Universal when they do play around with lighting and the sounds and the weather. So I think this is going to be an excellent house. So there you go. That is my hype list. Now you're probably wondering about scare zones. I don't really have nothing to say. All these scare zones so far have me hyped. I enjoyed every single scare zone I've walked through and seen the construction. I am hyped for every single one. There's not one more so than the other. They're all equal in my book, except for the chainsaws. You can skip out on that. I don't really miss them coming back. I want to know what was your hype list. Leave it down in the comment section. Thank you all for tuning in. And as always, I will catch you all in the fog very, very soon. Very soon.